Yeah, Dr. Kroll. So I grew up in Wisconsin. Lived here all my life until 6 years ago, and I moved down to Iowa. That's where I live now. But obviously, I still hunt in Wisconsin. Hunt with a lot of my buddies in Wisconsin with the filming side of things, and follow the regulations real close and kind of the proposals. And one of them that's kind of got everybody stirred up right now is last year during the traditional 9-day gun season, the harvest numbers were really low. And as the calendar fell late last year, a lot of people are blaming it on a late season. A lot of people blame it on the weather. But either way, one of the proposals now moving forward is there's talks of, and I don't think it'll pass, but there's talks of a 16-day gun season with high power rifles in Wisconsin. What are your thoughts on something like that?
Well, I've been very much aware. I get all the data from Wisconsin, and it's when the season opens that's going to determine your buck harvest. It wasn't that your deer buck population was down last year. It was the timing of the season. So, and a good colleague of mine who's on the NRB, Greg Kazmierski, he predicted it. He's 100% successful in predicting what the harvest is going to be every year by when it falls. To get to answer your question, I would be very much opposed to lengthening the rifle season. The colleague of mine, Larry Marshman, a year ago, analyzed all the states that produce big bucks and record book, and he wanted to find out what they had in common. Well, one of them was that all the states that produce large numbers of big bucks have a high agricultural component to their state. Secondly, they have some of the best soils in the world, those lush soils that you've got the deer can almost eat the dirt and grow. Another one was they were mostly northern ranges, and the other one was they had a non-existent or very restrictive rifle season. And so I think if you extend that rifle season, or a lot of times they want you to move it up to coincide with the rut. You're going to have a couple of really years, and then you're going to regret that you ever did it. Yeah. Now, I'll bring up something you just mentioned about that will probably tick some people off, but I've been working with these animals all my life, and they've beaten me up pretty bad. I've broken every bone in my body working with them, including my neck 3 times. But so my days of a vertical are long gone. First deer I ever killed, I was like 14, and I killed it with a bow I made myself. And even the arrows I had to make myself. But anyway, on North American Whitetail, we hunt with crossbows sometimes. And I never apologize for it. However, the reason I don't, Ohio has some really great data on crossbows. And what it says is crossbows get young people into bow hunting earlier. And some vertical bow guys would say that isn't bow hunting. And it also allows people to stay in hunting longer, like the 80-year-olds. Okay. All right. On the flip side of that coin, what we're starting to see now is the crossbow that I first used and encountered is far inferior to what they're using today. And it's a very efficient weapon that we're using today. And it's in Wisconsin, apparently it's having an impact on the age structure of your herd. So I think there's going to be a lot of people looking at how they configure the archery season and whether or not it includes the crossbows or not. Which, like I said, some people are going to get really mad saying that, but hey, I don't really care. I'm a biologist and a scientist, and I work with data, and it's the way it is. So, but I've never looked down on anybody for shooting a deer with a crossbow. Like I said, I've been a bow hunter since the early 60s. Okay. And I always hate going and giving talks to bow gatherings of bow hunters, because the first thing they're going to ask you is, what do you hunt with? And you can never answer right. You say so-called bow, then the wheelbow guys walk away, and you say wheelbows, the traditional guys walk away. And, God, if you bring up the crossbow, then But the first deer I ever killed on North American whitetail was a crossbow. I only got one death threat, so I thought I did pretty
well. So. What did that first bow that you made? What did you make that out of? What kind of wood?
I made it out of a tree called Bodark, Osage orange.
Oh yeah.
You can't cut with an And then I had cedar dowel rods, and we used the Bear 3-blade broadheads. We glued them on, and we used white turkey feathers for our fletching. And we painted our arrows white because in those days we were, shall we say, hunting in fairly low light conditions with those bows. You could see where the arrow went. That first bow, I still have it, by the way, and it has a 25-pound pull. Okay, and I killed a lot of deer, but I had to get really close, So, but it was exciting to do that. Yeah,
that's very cool. Something I've always wanted to do is make a bow out of. I actually have a really big Osage in my yard, so I'm always looking at that thing with hungry eyes, getting ready to cut it down.
Yeah.
We've got another good question from Scott. What do you got, man?